Well, thanks again, Shaka. We received tremendous feedback in our STA inbox to this week's question. Donald Trump has won the Republican Party's presidential nomination. This leads us to our question of the week, which asks, what do you expect Donald Trump to say about Africa at the Republican National Convention? Well, starting off the conversation is Gifted Mind with our letter of the week. Our letter of the week comes from Gifted Mind Icon from Uganda, who writes, Donald Trump will allow Africans to make their own decision about the future of the African continent, which will prove the true independence of Africa. He will also recognize that America will do better and strengthen its security if only they work together with Africa as an equal partner and not putting Africa as second class. Africa is and will always be a better trading partner for the U.S. if it is recognized and respected in the international community like the rest of the continents. Very interesting take there. Now, before we begin, I'd like to thank all of you for using all our social media platforms to communicate with us. And another reminder that we are tweeting live today. Use the hashtag #VOARepConvention. And if you haven't yet, please do follow us at VOA Shaka. And speaking of, let's go to a tweet from Ramand from Kenya, who writes, His speech won't change. It's full of racism. Excuse me. And we have another tweet from Roni Wayne, who tweets, I wouldn't be amused whatever Trump says. He's a total surprise. Another tweet from Emmanuel Kachele, who tweets, he'll abuse Africa. It's the way he can treat it. He is the mockery of American democracy. He is questionable. And our last tweet is from Prospero, who tweets, I expect him to be polite and gentle and say what needs to be respected and supported. Now to a comment from Facebook fan Helen Oyekan from the UK, who says, I expect Donald Trump to say Africa has a lot to learn when he speaks at the Republican National Convention. To say that Africans need to take their continent to the international market as equals to the Western and Gulf countries, rather than expecting loans, donations, and handouts. Africa has many resources. It should be completely self-sufficient. Africans should help each other succeed instead of the affluent embezzling and money laundering, while the masses suffer the consequences of a corrupt few.